Our nation is governed largely by political whores. Our school systems are run by pompous bureaucrats and idiots on school boards. And what does that leave us with? A generation of children who are growing up on drugs, children who have emotional problems. And where do these problems come from that drive them to drugs and drive them out of school, not even wishing to graduate? There are several factors. The two biggest factors are the schools are too damn big. Any school with more than 100 students leads to chaos. Leads to the fact that these children feel so disenfranchised that it isn't any wonder that they come to school with guns and start blowing their teachers away or shooting other students. Our schools are being turned into pre-prisons. And why? Just like I said, too big. A child is nothing more than a number and maybe a name, but nobody knows them. Nobody knows their family. They may have been bused 40 miles to one of these huge conglomerations that can't be managed, where a child is no longer a child. And when a child feels hopeless, when a child feels lost, then that child's future is in danger. That child may end up in a prison cell, and many do. We must dismantle these huge consolidated schools. Just think of the millions and millions and billions of dollars that are spent on gas, busing kids across the country. This country's finest generation grew up going to neighborhood schools and one-room schoolhouses. When a child grows up in a neighborhood school, the teacher knows the mother, the teacher knows the father, the teacher knows the brothers and sisters. The children all play together in the neighborhood. You have less crime. You have less drug abuse. You have less psychotic or neurotic behavior on the part of the children. You have a community. But when you grab children from all over everywhere and you throw them into this huge simmering cauldron, they can't learn anything. They're pathetic because their lives have been basically squandered. At least their childhoods have. Dismantle these huge windowless prisons for children and let us build small academic villages where each classroom has its own toilet, so that when little Johnny raises his hand and says he has to tinkle or whatever, then the teacher knows that little Johnny's going to be right there in the bathroom for a certain amount of time. Little Johnny's not going to be assaulted. Little Johnny's not going to be raped. Little Johnny's not going to molest some little Sally because she's not going to be off in some huge anonymous bathroom by herself. The teacher will have control again. Will have control of that classroom. So, fellow Americans, do you care about the future of this country? Do you care about your children, their health, their welfare, their safety? If you do, you demand that your school board dismantle those evil mini prisons that they call schools. Thank you.